Welcome back to C.A.K.E.
Hey, it is the Chris and Ketty experience. I am Ketty.
I'm Chris.
This is the experience.
Yes.
For anybody watching this the first time, we're going to let you figure out if those names are real or not. Before we start, Ketty, I have something to share with you.
Oh, this is new.
This is new, because this is something you didn't know about. All right, are you ready?
Yeah.
So we've got sounds here. I've never clicked any of them.
Oh, Lord.
So I'm going to click some of these sounds. Oh, no, they're not making sounds. Well, that one's an air horn. The people can hear it. This one's a record scratch.
Are you sure they can hear it?
Yeah, they can. Look, and this one's a meow. 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 That's all. I was supposed to have it set up so that you could hear it, but I don't use this program very often.
It is very impressive. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're impressed?
I am very impressed.
Hell yeah. Nice.
So, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you watching last month's podcast as well, even though we had a giant black circle across our faces.
Yeah, that was an artistic choice. It's called avant-garde.
Avant-garde?
Avant-garde, indeed. Yeah, it's called experimental. You can look it up. If you guys are familiar with the techniques of Basquiat or Andy Warhol, then you'll totally understand what I was going for with that move.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the last podcast, so usually we open our videos with a little look back at what happened. Do you remember what we talked about?
I will once I ask you this solid question.
Yeah.
Can you hand me a pillow? Or the booty pillow back there so I can put it behind my back? I need a back pillow.
It's just grip.
Regular? Okay. Oh. I'm putting Marquette to work. She's very pregnant and working hard.
Thanks a lot.
What? No, it's because I respect you. Oh, God, yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah.
All right.
So the last podcast, I think we talked about, like, cultural stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. What specifically?
About I'm African American and you're checkity check. And we talked about that.
That was 2 podcasts ago.
The last podcast, we talked about...
We talked about 2 significant cultural events that happened this year.
Yes.
Being the rap beef.
Rap beef, yeah. And Eurovision.
Yes.
See, I told you it was. I remembered.
And I think that you owe the peoples of Brooklyn apology.
Yeah? People were mad. Yeah. Hey guys, I didn't prepare for that. It's like knowledge that I have inside of my head, but I needed to source it out. So my bad about that. But did you come here for specifically being explained certain things? Or did you come here to see the shit show? I apologize for the shit show. This one's going to be much less shit showy. And the next time I have something prepared for you, I will actually prepare it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we did forget that Brooklyn was a borough. We are very sorry about that.
We were naming all the boroughs and I didn't name Brooklyn?
You did.
It's literally the one I've stayed in. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
Ugh.
We named all of them by Brooklyn, and so...
Then how did we get to 5?
Most of all of our 12 comments are about that. So...
Obed didn't find out, did he?
We have a friend from Brooklyn. That's so funny. Okay. Let me see. I wanted to highlight at least one comment. Well, there's one... do you remember we discussed... we opened last week's podcast with a little discussion about cultural differences.
Yes.
And how some of our former relationships tried to mold us into something else.
Yes.
There's one comment that responds directly to that from
and it says,
Shippuden Shak.
Oh, what up, Shippuden Shak?
It sounds to me like the cultural differences in those previous relationships weren't the issue, it was arrogance. It's one thing to be ignorant, everyone is ignorant of something. It's a whole other thing to be arrogant, refusing to see your ignorance and assuming everyone else is wrong. That's why you guys work so well, because even though you have misunderstandings, you're willing to learn and set your egos aside to hear the other person and question if your stance or something should change.
Shippuden Shak is
onto something.
A very deep individual. Yeah. Thank you.
Ignorance versus arrogance, I think that's very important. Because ignorance, I think, is like involuntary.
Yeah.
Like you don't know that you may be wrong about something. So
Yep.
you may feel strongly about it, but you know, you don't know. You don't know any better.
Being ignorant.
Arrogant is you think you're right.
Yeah.
And you will not see yourself wrong.
Being ignorant is just a fact of life. You literally can't know everything. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people try to treat ignorance as a negative, when it's not really. Like, it's an opportunity to learn something new. And I think that's where, like, the road diverges. It's like, you know, you get to the checkpoint of ignorance, and then ego's standing there. And ego's like, hey, you want me to step aside so you can learn something new? Or do you want to go down this arrogance path where you're like, fuck you! I know what it is. But, yeah, no. I don't know. Ignorance is bliss, but it's also fun because it's a new opportunity to learn some new shit. Literally can't know everything. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Well, one more comment from World Famous. I feel like we feature his comments every time.
That's because World Famous be showing up. What up, World Famous?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So proud of Ketty and Chris for forgetting Brooklyn.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
I'm from East Harlem. And the rivalry is like Brazil versus Argentina or the Celtics versus Lakers. I mean, it's a cool place to hang out, but it ain't all that and a big bag of chips with a dip. He lists some beefs.
Oh, yeah.
Some rat beefs.
Let me see.
There's a lot of them.
Let me see that thing real quick.
Before, let me finish the comment. I lived in the UK for 2 years during my MA studies. Eurovision is what the Super Bowl is to the US. I think that's a reasonable comparison.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I'm not sure. I feel like in the US, everybody, or at least everybody that I know, is in one way or another invested in the Super Bowl. Whether it's the game itself or just the halftime show.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone watches it. Eurovision is kind of like a polarizing subject in Europe. Where, especially now with, you know, all the politics and controversies. Some people just like literally boycotted this year's Eurovision. So, I mean, some people truly hate Eurovision.
It seems.
Some people are obsessed with Eurovision. So.
Okay.
I've never met anybody living in the US who would hate Super Bowl.
I could see a few people not participating.
Yeah.
So before we move on, I do want to give World Famous a little bit of airtime by shouting out some of these beefs.
Such a list.
We got KRS versus MC Shan. Manhattan keeps on taking it. The bridge is over, you know. LL Cool J versus Kool Mo D. Ice-T versus LL Cool J. LL Cool J versus Jay-Z. LL Cool J was in a bunch of shit. Somebody named the Notorious B.I.G. versus somebody named Tupac.
Oh! You don't know Notorious B.I.G.?
Oh, would you like to explain? Hold on. Jay-Z versus Wendy Williams. I think I missed that one completely. Can I Bust versus LL Cool J, one of the best. Method Man versus Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams don't rap, do she? Wendy Williams used to be a rapper? Is this something I didn't know? Maze versus Cameron.
Wendy Williams from The Wendy Show?
I'm pretty sure it's the Wendy Williams we're talking about.
Aww.
I have to double check that one. Lauryn Hill versus Wyclef Jean. That one was big. Jay-Z versus Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Lil' Kim versus Foxy Brown. We're almost done here. Nas versus Jay-Z. Nas versus Jay-Z was one of my most formidable ones. I will play those songs for you. Not now. They're just 2 songs I'm going to play for you. Okay, and then I clicked off the comment. All right, and then lastly, we got Bounty Killer versus Beanie Man. Not really hip-hop rap. Okay, I didn't know about that one either. And then No Limit versus Cash Money. All right. So, that's all. There's a lot of them. They're cool. Mm-hmm. I'll play you one of those songs, just the Jay-Z Nas one, because I think that one's updated enough that you'd be like, oh, this is interesting.
Cool.
You have to say, man, it's really exciting.
I am so excited.
There we go. That's all I want to hear.
I hope you actually prepare it, though.
Prepare to play you songs?
Or just press button that will not make any sounds.
Yeah, you know, I thought that was going to really make sounds, but we have to have headphones plugged into here. So the next time, I'll bring you headphones, and we'll plug them into here, and then we can listen to stuff.
Okay.
But also, if we play a whole entire Jay-Z song on our podcast, it's going to get demonetized.
Not if we have headphones on.
I'll explain it later. It's fine.
Okay.
If we can hear it, they can hear it.
Okay. I didn't know that. Well.
What are we talking about today, Ketty?
So as you guys know, and if you don't know, I'm pretty sure you can see, I am vastly pregnant at this point.
7 months?
7 months, 31 weeks. And so we decided that this podcast is going to be all about
Un bebé.
the bebé, my pregnancy, and I want to take this as kind of like a thorough review of pregnancy.
Ooh, okay.
Is it worth it? Should you do it?
Mm.
What is the final star count out of 5 stars?
Yeah, okay. I'll give it as my rating as well as the husband, which is going to be...
You're participating.
Very superficial. If you are a woman or a father, I apologize. Because I'm still pre-father, it feels like. I understand that very technically I am, but like I haven't really done anything. I'm just going to give you my experience of it, and that's it. I think that that's probably a good start.
So in prenatal yoga, it's one thing I do. That's like, that is 5 out of 5. Every pregnant person should 100% do prenatal yoga. It helps.
Prenates,
so
babe?
In prenatal yoga, we call you and others that help with, birth.
Give me to it. I love it. I love the term. Tell me.
Birthing partner.
It's not support person?
No.
Birthing partner.
Birthing partner.
I'm a partner in birth.
Yes.
And I'm like a 10% partner. I'm here to do all the things. Most of all the heavy lifting is going to go to you. It's like when we're moving furniture and I'm the one who's like, oh, and you're just like, I got it. Just like, yes, guide me, please. This is the inverse of that. Except for you're not moving furniture. You're pooping a baby.
I'm pooping a baby. Great. I'm gonna...
Birthing a child.
Yeah. Okay, so I decided that we should just go semester by semester. Because,
trimester by trimester?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because all those stages are very different. The way I experience them may not be the way other people giving birth may experience them. And, it's been crazy. So I'm just going to talk about my experience. Chris is going to talk about his dealing with my issues.
So let's hit the first 3 months, right? That's how long a trimester is?
Yes. So the first trimester is from conception to 12 weeks. Also, pregnancy is tracked by weeks, usually. But also, for ease of understanding, for those who haven't been through it, first 3 months. From conception to 12 weeks. So, that one, you find out you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You probably stop having periods.
Yeah.
And you wonder, what the fuck? And maybe...
You wonder what the fuck? We were trying. You were like, oh,
Maybe you're happy about it, and you planned for this, and you're elated that your plans came through. Or maybe you haven't planned for it, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
But if you live in the Midwest, if you live in Florida, if you live in Texas...
There's just a lot of places. Just check your state. If you live in the U.S., check your state now. And then come up with a plan, just in case.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is the time and place we live in. I was pregnant once before with Chris. And we lost that baby, but I think it was also... it sounds weird to say, but I think it was a good thing for us.
But we knew it worked, at least, which is important.
Sure. We got pregnant when we were together for like 4 months.
Yeah. Right before we got married. This is in 2016. Which I would just like to point out that my pull-out method for the last almost 6-7 years, crazy good. Absolutely. Shout outs to every single sex ed teacher I ever had that was like, the pull-out method doesn't work. You know what? For some people it doesn't. But for those of us that are above and beyond, for those of us that know how to play the game, it's a winning strategy. Now, there's other things you can get. So if you're listening to this, Chris Johnson says, wrap it up and wear protection. But if you're a full-on adult and you're making your own choices, don't listen to me. I'm not your lawyer, all right? Anything can go wrong. Don't listen to me. I'm just telling you that for a solid streak, plus 5 years, pull-out gang, ridiculous. Absolutely sick. What, maybe 2 Plan B trips in a whole entire 5 years? That's pretty fucking crazy. I should get a medal.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm happy that you're so proud of yourself.
I'm not good at a lot of things.
Okay.
But that...
Can you monetize that?
You gonna slut me out? I'm gonna be tired. My back's gonna hurt. I don't know that I could... You can't be my madam. That's not how this works.
Madame. Okay, so when I got pregnant, I think we found out pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt my symptoms were serious pain in my boobs.
Yeah.
I literally could not even wear a bra, but if I didn't wear a bra, it would also hurt. So then I literally had to go and get a new bra because my boobs were suddenly bigger and they were very, 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 very sore. And so I was like, well, might as well take the test now, see what happens.
Well.
And it was positive. So we kept it a secret for a while. We didn't tell anybody because, this first trimester is also
The riskiest.
the riskiest. Anything can happen. Miscarriages are fairly common. 1 in 4 pregnancies end up in a miscarriage.
Which is a thing I found out some people at work didn't know. They thought it was super easy. And it's like, no, not for everybody. That's why in vitro and all of that stuff makes so much money. Yep. Speaking of which, you keep talking. I have to go get something. I've been waiting for this moment. Keep talking.
Okay.
It's going to be great.
Okay. So 1 in 4 pregnancies end in miscarriage. And I feel like this is very important statistic that everybody needs to be aware of for your own, sake, expectations, and kind of being ready for anything unfortunate that might happen, because it is that common. But that doesn't mean that, if it happens once, the next time, the likelihood of it being well is that much higher. The fact that it happened to you once doesn't mean it will happen to you again. As it was with me. I had 1 miscarriage 8 years ago, and here I am, 7th month. So there's that. I'm gonna wait for Chris now because I don't know what he's doing. You don't have anything. I'm confused.
I thought I saved that stick that you peed on, but I can't find it.
I threw it in the trash.
Yeah, it was gonna be like a present I was gonna give to you later. I was gonna be like, hey, look at this. It was in a plastic bag. It's a memorable moment.
It's a urine-covered piece of paper.
Oh, I rinsed it off. What? This was gonna be like a special moment. I do think I came to my senses and probably threw it away. But I had it for a minute. It was gonna be good. You're making it sound like I'm Joe Goldberg.
Yeah.
No. This is gonna be like it's gonna be a whole thing. A whole bit.
If I found it, if I went to clean your room and I found it,
don't clean my room.
Be
That's for me to do.
Concerned. Well,
I clean it. No, it's just messy. It's not dirty. Anyway, what were you saying about the trimester before I sounded like a serial killer?
No, I was just telling people about the miscarriage being very common, so be aware of that. But once you are pregnant and you're all excited, for me personally, I know we planned to have a baby.
We did.
But I still had I had a lot of mental battle to go through because, I'm 35 years old, so I am scared that, something might go wrong. My pregnancy is technically considered geriatric because
we're old.
This is the first baby I have at the age of 35, and that's not ideal. Fertility window closes very fast after the age of 35. The chances of anything going wrong is increases with age. So
while that is true, I personally think that you are stronger than you think you are. And
I'm not stronger than Mother Nature.
You're not, but Mother Nature's got surprises for everybody. I think
true.
While this is a mental game, I do think that there's a positivity aspect about it. That I don't know, I think for me and you, we're both super realist. I happen to be optimistic, but when it comes to practical shit, I tend to be a realist. But for this, I think it's push through. We're gonna be fine. We got this. All of those positive affirmations. But I also think that's part of the game. Mm-hmm. And I think that there's women who go around here who are I'm 46 and I'll get pregnant now, and they just do it. And it's okay, what are you, a medical anomaly? Or did you trick Mother Nature? No, sometimes I think it's...
No,
sometimes
as
it just
long
works.
as you're still fertile and you have fertile eggs, you're producing, then you can easily get pregnant.
You know what fertile rhymes with?
What?
Turtle. because they're hard and they're tough and they believe in themselves. Be the fertile turtle. I believe in you.
What the fuck?
I don't think it was that funny, but I'm glad you did.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. The fertile turtle. Shit, what was I saying?
Miscarriage bad, pregnancy good.
Oh my god. Fertile turtle in my brain right now.
Well, let me give you some, remind you. So we had the ginger ale runs before we told anybody at work, so we're secretly smashing ginger ales.
Oh, I was drinking so much kombucha, which apparently is bad. Because apparently there's alcohol in kombucha, which I didn't know.
It's like 0.05%.
Yeah. But that is also how much alcohol is in non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
So technically I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. But I did drink a lot of kombucha in my first trimester. Hopefully my baby won't be an alcoholic because of it.
No, the baby, she'll be fine.
But I was talking about like, you know, the mental aspect of it. So basically, first trimester, physically, what can happen to you is, obviously you all know, you can just vomit randomly at any point of the day.
Usually in the morning, right?
It's hard for you to keep food in, and that's very challenging, and you might feel overwhelmed because you're like wondering, is my baby getting enough food, and yada yada yada, and that can play with your head as well. So thankfully I didn't throw up once.
Which is great because you don't like throwing up.
I don't know who likes throwing up.
Bulimic people?
Okay. I don't think they do that because they like it.
I need a little bit to keep doing it, I feel like.
So I did not throw up once, which I'm very thankful for. But I also had a lot of mouth sweats throughout the first trimester, so it was definitely coming. But the ginger works.
And I was having to drink a lot of ginger ale too, so that no one at work got suspicious.
Yes.
We're just smashing ginger ale.
Yeah, we were just smashing ginger. But the ginger does help. Get yourself a ginger root, make yourself tea.
You can make your own ginger ale from scratch too, which is a fun little dealie to do.
You can literally just like chop off a piece of ginger and chew it.
Huh?
It just genuinely helps. So
go Mother Nature. +2.
5 out of 5 for ginger. But the other discomfort is like, you know, maybe your breast will be swollen, maybe you'll feel little cramps, but that's about it. You're pretty comfortable physically.
Yeah.
Mentally, your hormones are enraged, and they're just, you know, doing their thing. I don't know. I think they're throwing a rager. One,
it's kind of going
like they're
crazy.
really happy that this is finally happening. You know, they've been preparing for this my whole life.
Only half.
So after they're done raging, they have a hangover. And then once they're done having a hangover, they're like, okay, time to work on the second trimester. Time to put in some work. But while they're doing the ragers and the hangovers, you feel like shit. And maybe you should seek therapy if that happens to you. As it happened to me.
Yeah. Guys, for your
It
first...
was also winter. So I already have seasonal depression. And so being in my first trimester in winter was definitely poor planning on our part.
What? You were going to be pregnant in winter no matter what.
Yeah, but the first trimester is when your hormones are just really like doing shit, and then they calm down for the second trimester.
Mm.
And they're going to pick up again in the third trimester, which I'm in right now. But
so second baby, we conceive in spring, pregnant in summer.
Also, I don't think I'm
second
doing this
trimester,
again.
fall, winter baby.
Yeah, sure, stop. No.
No?
No. I'm also not going to be in postpartum while it's winter.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, too. So all the things I have to say are pretty dumb, and I feel like yours are pretty serious. It might be a pretty good juxtaposition, but it also might seem like I'm taking the piss. Gentlemen, first trimester, what you need to do is...
Provide ginger.
Provide ginger. Attempt to read the book. Throw away all your condoms if you were using them. Continue not pulling out just to make sure you're good. Plus you can. Be there for the sad times. Be there for the bad times. Be there for the rad times, and be there for the glad times. You know who said that? Einstein. Einstein said that.
He did?
Yep. So, there you go. You don't do shit, man. I don't know. You help out. You just keep asking, what can I do? The boobs are giant, but sometimes they hurt, so you can't touch them. You prepare, okay? In your own household. At least my thinking is that you gotta be making sure everybody else good, all right? You just gotta be like, hey, you good? What do you need? You good? What do you need? You good? What do you need? And when they say it, you do it. You need ginger? Get ginger. Is it tacos? Tacos. You just do it. Just keep on doing it ad nauseum forever. And then eventually you get given back to by the baby and your partner and Father's Day, which you can ask for Father's Day gifts while she's pregnant. Pro tip.
Which he did.
You got a Mother's Day gift.
I would say first trimester, 2 out of 5 stars.
Why are we doing? All right, 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
For guys, first trimester, NA. Non-applicable. Yeah, non-applicable. Non-applicable.
Okay.
So, I mean,
that's fair.
I didn't really do anything.
You just provided ginger.
Pretty much was gonna do that anyway.
Cool. So we have our first trimester reviewed.
Last thing, guys.
Yes.
Remember, it's called a trimester because you're always trying to do good. You know who said that?
Einstein.
Stephen Hawkins.
Okay. So the second trimester is theoretically when you are supposed to feel great. You're supposed to feel all better because, as I mentioned, the hormones are finally settling and starting to do their job. Your baby is beginning to turn into what looks like a human being.
Is this the one that you planned the ski trip for, or was that the first trimester?
No, my ski trip was in the first trimester. So your baby is developing, it's growing, things like brain and liver and all the inner organs.
All the big important shit.
Yes. And so you are probably going to be extremely sleepy and tired because your body is working overtime to create life. The first trimester, you're also going to be very tired, but I was personally super tired in my second trimester. My expectations were very high of second trimester because I thought this will be the time where I will have all the strength and I will have all the energy and I will not be sad anymore and I will, prepare the nursery room and prepare that room and that and house will be all ready for the baby when I'm in my second trimester because in the third trimester I won't have any time and I'll be big and I'll be tired and I won't be able to do shit. So I was like having all these expectations, and so my advice to you is do not have expectations.
That's great advice.
Because it's not gonna happen the way you think it's gonna happen.
So here's the thing you guys don't know about Marquetta and our house. Marquette is a very ambitious individual who thinks that, we can just do that thing to the house. And I'm not going to lie, a lot of the times it's you figuring it out, but every single time for almost any project in a house, you've bitten off more than you can chew.
Like what?
Like the painting of this wall, which got painted a silly color and then got re-gone over nearly immediately.
And I fixed it!
And you did. I'm not saying this isn't a bad thing. You're ambitious, which I literally... you did fix it, but I'm saying you're ambitious. I appreciate that about you. But your ambition when we were getting ready for the baby right now was kind of crazy. We got rid of a couch. We got a new couch. We got a couple of
Best thing I've ever done.
It was a great idea. It was just, it was hard. It was difficult. There was a lot of ups and downs. But like...
Getting a new couch is not that difficult.
Getting rid of the old one.
You pay for it. Okay.
Didn't they deliver us 2 couches or something crazy?
No. What? Oh, no, this was the shelves.
Oh, yeah. There's just been a lot. We redid our closet, and we did the baby's room, and Marquetta was like, I'm going to do wallpaper, and I was like, oh my god, and wallpaper involved measuring the wall, and then subtracting the window, and like, my geometry is fairly good, but not that good, and also the wallpaper was fucking hard to put up, but we did it. It looks great. Marquetta did most all of it, because I'm not that kind of good, handy man. But I helped, and because of that, I'm just waiting for once the baby's here. I'm imagining once the baby can start walking around and running and getting into things, Marquette is going to be like, let's redo the floor ourselves. Something difficult. I just know that that's in the path, and that was you in the second trimester when you're supposed to be all sleepy and down, but you were like,
no, you're not. No, you're
my bad. You're supposed to be all up, and you
Yeah.
had all the energy to do all the stuff.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, my second semester arrived, and I was still
A freshman?
kind of in the dumps mentally. And the fact that everybody was telling me, everybody who went through pregnancy was telling me how, oh, second trimester is like the best. I had like very high expectations, and I was just like very anxiously anticipating to start to feel better because I was really feeling like shit. And then it wasn't happening, and then it was very upsetting for me. So it happened eventually, but I feel like my transition into the second trimester was not as smooth as I thought it would be. So I think I did it to myself by having those expectations. So that would be my other advice to people going through this: is just everything will happen in your own pace.
Ooh.
Every pregnancy is different, and you'll get there eventually. I did. It definitely wasn't by week 12. I think I started to finally feel good around like maybe week 18.
And you started showing a little bit too. I think you started doing our
I started
photo
showing
series.
a little bit, so that was nice. The whole time I was just kind of like I know I'm pregnant, but I can't see it. I also felt very self-conscious because I felt like I gained weight, and I felt fat, but I didn't.
Felt fat, but didn't think you looked pregnant.
Yes. I wanted people to know that I'm pregnant and not just like overeating.
Look, I've been seeing these pregnant ladies out here running marathons. If you want to, we can hit the brakes.
No,
I know the feet are looking rough, but we can do it.
I can't.
We could waddle a marathon.
I could waddle. But yeah, every pregnancy is different. Just, be patient with yourself.
I still think you're beautiful. Don't let your brain tell you you're fat. Tell your brain shut the fuck up.
Thank you. So
anything, what months were the second trimester in for us?
So
Do you
second
remember?
trimester is defined from week 13 to week 27.
Yeah, but what months did that start for us? Do you remember?
From month 4 to month...
Okay. May, June?
April. Yeah.
So from April to about?
June.
Okay, so we did your birthday?
Yeah.
In April. We do anything in May?
No.
We didn't do anything? We didn't go anywhere?
No.
Oh yeah, you're just getting ready. We had house guests for a little bit.
Yes.
And then it was June.
Yeah.
And then June's been kind of crazy. But we're fully in the third, so.
Yeah.
We had a barbecue. It was a pretty fun barbecue.
We did. We had Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, yeah. We do Memorial Day here pretty
That
much
was
now.
nice.
So yeah, that was it. We were taking it easy. We didn't go anywhere. What did we do for your birthday this year? What do we do? Marquette's birthday. She's pregnant. She's 35. And
I'm pretty sure we went somewhere to have dinner. Oh, Mama Corollas.
Yeah! Oh my God, Mama Corollas. We
So
sure
good.
did.
So, second trimester. Starts rough. Gets better. The best thing about second trimester is around week 18 to maybe 22, you should start feeling a little flutters and maybe even a kick here and there. And I feel like that was a turning point for me where I finally felt good about being pregnant.
I finally felt like, oh, there's a baby. I felt her.
Chris felt our baby while we were watching Zone of Interest.
You see, I just keep remembering I felt our baby while we were watching a movie. You don't have to say the name of the movie. But now that I know that, once again, I'll have a hard time forgetting. Second trimester for guys, same as first, NA. Non-applicable.
Non-applicable. I mean,
you're showing. That's fun.
Yeah.
You get to take pictures of the belly. That's fun. There's some kicks too. That's fun. Okay, fine. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Totally would do it again.
Aww.
I'm not doing it.
It's not happening again.
I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just hanging out and being emotional support. 5 out of 5 with an asterisk of, damn, I feel kind of bad.
Why?
Just not doing anything, and you're like doing all of this work, and I know how you feel about group projects, and this is technically a group project where once again you're doing all the heavy lifting, and I'm just kind of like, I'm here for jokes and moral support, but other than
that's
that,
important.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for making me feel like I've done something. I told my buddies I was pregnant, and like one of my guys has a kid, and he was just like, you don't mean shit no more. He's like, fuck you, you're not anything. He's like, just forget about it, all right? He's like, you serve. That's what you do. You get in there and you put in work. He's like, you want this and that. Shut the fuck up. And I was like, all right, man, damn. Fine. I'm here for it.
Was it Corey?
No, it's Justin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Justin's just like...
It's such a Corey statement.
Really? No. Corey's like, I don't know. Corey's loving it. Corey's just, I don't know. Corey yelled at me about honey.
Yeah. Oh, Justin. So some of our friends, when we announced, when we told them, they like cried. Chris's family was just so happy. They ugly cried.
My sister had a pregnancy dream the day before because I guess my family always knows when someone's gonna have a kid, but they never know when we're gonna win the lottery or anything. It's never like, hey, I had a dream about the Powerball numbers. It's like, I had a dream last night someone was pregnant.
I saw a fish in my dream.
Right? I had a fish dream. You pregnant? And then it's like, oh, yeah, you got us. So, yeah, Mom didn't see it coming. My sister did. And then all the aunties didn't either. And then Grandma. So everybody was super excited.
And that, again, made me feel terrible because I didn't feel like I was even as excited as them.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
When we got the house. Do you remember when we started moving in and I was like, man, this doesn't feel like equity. It feels like the most amount of debt ever. Mm-hmm. It feels like this huge responsibility.
Yeah.
It feels like, it doesn't feel like a home. It feels like I got kicked out of my apartment that I loved and I had to move into this fucking place and I was kind of mad about it. But my friend Chris was like, I felt the same way when I bought a house, and he's like, people were excited for me. He's like, so I'm gonna be excited for you guys. He's like, and it'll come around eventually. Mm-hmm. And now I love our house. Feels like a home. We got our backyard. We got everything set up the way we want. And so I think that when you're doing the thing, it's hard to have the excitement about it. You know what I mean? For us, at least, some people do. And, everybody's journey, all that jazz. I was gonna say shit, but then I took the I from shit and put it in jazz. Okay. Keep going. You sure? Yeah. I can explain it more. People being excited for us is a good thing because that excitement will carry through. And when we get home and we have the baby, there'll be moments of being stressed, but eventually we're gonna reach cruising altitude and it's gonna be like, oh no, this is good, we got this.
I guess that's a good advice that I wish I heard while I was going through it.
Oh, damn! I've been thinking it this whole time.
Yeah.
I haven't said anything.
Our audience now has the advice I didn't have from my own.
Advice? This is like a platitude. It's not even advice.
It would have helped.
Damn, I'm sorry.
I felt so guilty that people were so excited for this baby, and I was just mostly scared. I had to tell some of my family members via a collect call. Some of you know what that means, some of you don't. If you know, you know. They were very excited. Yeah.
I'm sure the state heard it all.
I think that the moment I finally was excited was when I felt her kicking. Yeah. And it just felt real. And it felt like there's a thing in my stomach that I must protect.
How did your parents react?
They were happy.
Yeah?
I mean, they were super happy. They were like, well, I thought it wouldn't happen for us anymore. I'm like, well, there you are.
When did we learn her gender? Was that first? That was second, right? Beginning of second?
Yes.
Or into
so
first.
you can get this test. It's a God damn it, what's it called?
DNA test, right? They draw your blood.
It's a DNA test.
But they also do the ultrasound too.
The big ultrasound is at 20 weeks.
And that was super awesome because you get to hear her heartbeat and see her. That for me was a real highlight. I remember feeling real genuine excitement and being like, oh
yeah,
damn.
You see her. She was dancing. She was super kicky and she was, And that is also why my kicks came in kind of late. I didn't feel them for a while. And it was also making me feel miserable during my second trimester because I was, again, having those expectations week 18, nothing happened. Week 19, nothing happened. Week 20, nothing happened! So I was just what is going on? Because when we had the 10-week or 12-week ultrasound, she was she was breakdancing,
Yeah.
you know, so I was like, this baby is active. I'm going to feel it soon. I'm going to feel it anytime. And then when I, you know, still week 20, I think week 21 is when it happened for us. For me, for Chris still couldn't feel it for a while, but I could feel her, I think, at 21. And it was like so necessary at that point because I was like losing my shit.
Oh my God. Do you see that?
You have a gray hair?
Oh my sweet Lord. I thought that was a cat hair.
Oh, let's name him.
Oh, that's not.
Clarence.
Not Clarence. Clarence, like what?
Terrence.
Terrence. Let's do Terrence, not Clarence. I was going to say that as a person who's hanging out, and like I understand how very much type A you are, and you're like, the thing says I should feel the thing now. I'm like, I think it'll come when it comes. If I was in your shoes, I feel like I would feel nervous and like overwhelmed as well and all that. But like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just my nature. I feel good. And I feel chill, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine, and like, the weeks will come when they come. Things will happen when they happen, you know? And I guess, hopefully she's walking and crawling and doing all that when she's supposed to and talking when she's supposed to. But even if she's not, I'm like, I don't know, I think we'll give her an extra couple of weeks. She'll probably be fine. Third trimester. Can you rate the third trimester without it being done?
Wait. Second trimester, we haven't rated second trimester.
Oh, my bad. I thought we did that.
After all these, you know, bad things that I had to go through, kicks finally happened, and I finally had the energy, and I finally was able to do a bunch of stuff around the house. I felt really good, and so eventually you will arrive at that sweet spot in the second trimester where everything feels good, and you're finally zen about everything that's going on. I would give it 4 out of 5. Second trimester really is good, even though it might have a delayed start. Don't worry about it. You'll get there. Based on my experience, I hope it happens for everyone.
5 out of 5. Do that shit again.
All right, and now
we can only do third trimester so far, which...
Third trimester so far, I'm on week 31 right now.
So there's 9 more weeks left. So we've done 3 weeks. We can only tell you about the first 3 weeks of the third trimester.
Third trimester is from week 28 to week 40.
So, here's my rundown on this trimester. The first week... No, yeah? How many weeks has it been? God, what month are we in?
Third.
First week,
third.
I was in the Dominican Republic, and then I came back, and then we had a really rough week, which involved a funeral, so I don't remember much of that week. And then we had a normal week, and then we had a week where Ketty didn't feel the baby, so we went to the emergency room, and we went to the wrong emergency room. The most incorrect one, and it was bad. It was a bad time. It was very stressful. I almost puked and or passed out just from being stress level 100. But everything was fine. We'll explain that more in a second. Yeah. And then this is the week after that, and we also went to the hospital. But we went to the right hospital this time, and it was good. Good experience, except for it's very late, so I was very sleepy. I'm still sleepy now. That was only like a day and a half ago.
Yeah.
So third trimester so far for me is a big fat goose egg.
Aww.
But at the end of it, I'll be very excited.
So, you know, the kicks that make you so happy in the second trimester, in the third trimester, they become a responsibility. Because you have to start from week, I think, 30, I don't know, 20 something. You have to start counting the kicks. You download an app on your phone, and every specific time of day that you choose, you have to sit down, chill, and just wait for the baby to kick. And you have to like count until 10 kicks. It should take 2 hours at the most. That's what they say. And then you log those sessions every day. You have to do that every day. And that kind of sucks because...
Just imagine if the doctors gave you a cell phone and they said, hey, once a day, I'm going to need you to count your heartbeats. And if they don't feel right, then you need to go to the hospital. If that happened to me, I'd go to the hospital every day because I'd be like, well, my heart's saying that I'm going to explode. And then eventually I would just be like, okay, fuck this shit. I'm just going to set it aside. Old humans didn't do this. I know we need it, but...
Yeah, I'm realizing that a lot of pregnancy is mind over matter.
At this point, yeah, it's definitely a mind game. It's a mental game.
Yeah. And I'm not very good at it. So... We've had 2 scares where our kicks were not happening as they should, and it is definitely advised by every doctor and all the information on the internet that you can Google. Nothing will make you feel better about it. Just go to the hospital. You have to go to the hospital. It can be nothing, but it can also be life-threatening for you or for the baby. So it's best to be safe and just go and get checked.
Which is good.
Go to a hospital that has maternity ward.
Yes.
That's the one important thing.
If you live in Indy, don't go to Methodist. If you get shot or stabbed, go to Methodist. Crucial car accident, go to Methodist. You thinking you might have to deliver a baby, don't go to Methodist. They can do it. The lady was literally like, we can do it here. We just don't want to. We don't have most of the equipment. We would like to send you to a different hospital via an ambulance. But if it needs be, we can do it. She's like, I would just prefer not to. And then towards the end, when we were like, everything's fine, she was like, cool, don't come back here. Go to where you should go. Don't come back. We're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it was not great. So the first time we went to the emergency room twice. The first time it happened, we went to the wrong hospital, and it was 4 hours of absolute torture.
Midday on a Sunday.
Yeah. At some point, the phrase emergency C-section was floating around. I was 30 weeks pregnant, so it was like literally last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
That she said that, and then she was like, let me get your blood pressure. Like,
you had on this necklace, and I could see it like. I was like, oh.
I was like, please don't take my blood pressure now.
And she was like, oh, sorry, your blood pressure is super high. It could be this, it could be that, it could be hypertension, preeclampsia. We have to literally check you now for the next hour. And I was like, oh my God. It was fine. I'm glad we stayed, and I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It was rough. But we were released. We were discharged. We didn't need to follow up or anything. The baby was fine. I was fine.
She's just a low-key mover.
Good. She was just not really moving a lot. And then the same thing happened yesterday?
Yeah. Yesterday, literally at midnight. So, if you live all day Saturday, you get to 11:59, and it switches over, midnight on Sunday.
So I sat down to count my kicks at like 9 p.m. and it was just like very, very faint. Like I really could not feel it. And I did all the tricks. There's multiple things that you can do. Like you can, just like feel her. You can try to like gently jiggle. You can, if you have like a massage or something, you can like like little zap or toothbrush, like different objects. If you put different objects around on your stomach, sometimes the baby will be like, "What is this?" So that's like one way you can activate the kicks. But I had like 1 hour. This is insufficient amount of kicks, according to every medical professional.
I was gonna go out. I'm glad I didn't go out.
Yeah. So we ended up going at the hospital again. We went to the right hospital this time, the one that I will be delivering at. And everything ended up being fine. As soon as they put the monitors on me, the baby's like, burr,
yeah,
burr, burr, burr.
Bipping and bapping.
So.
I have something to tell you about the third trimester.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm using this retroactively as an excuse, but it is mind over matter. I think it kind of helped me to, I signed up for that marathon. I think part of it was just like, I don't know, I guess if Ketty can give birth, I can run 13 miles.
That's good.
I mean, I can try.
You can do it.
Yeah.
So I can try to give birth.
Yeah, but you're gonna do it. Like, the difference is that I can stop. You can't. I can just be like, well, I did 10 miles. The last 13, I'm walking. Or the last 3. So anyway, no, it's inspirational. You are an inspiration, but it's also 49 minutes. It's also I don't know, man. It's just crazy. It's difficult. I've always thought about it. Like, if I was a woman, could I give birth? And I guess I would. But it's just, I don't know. I don't envy you. I respect you. This is tough. This is hard.
I don't envy me.
I'll slap somebody in the fucking face if they disrespect you or my kid.
I'm still very scared of labor.
I think if you put it in your head, and I know you can't, I know it's hard. I think it's gonna be easy. Easy-ish. What if we have a really easy pregnancy? There's people who are like, I had an easy labor, it was fine. It can go super well, and I think if we start putting that into the universe on some vibes-based shit, we might get it delivered back. Let's just be like, no matter what, be like, oh, it's just like what was it, the hypnobirth. Yeah. I am excited to meet my baby.
Here's I think this is what I actually want to put. This is like the main thesis of this podcast. Here it is.
Of this episode.
I would say that TV portrayal of birth has done a great disservice to all women. I have a lot of fear that I have to go through, that I have to struggle with for the next 3 months and way until September, about, you know, how painful it's gonna be, or how many things can go wrong. And, you know, that's my mind, because that's all I see. And I am trying to mentally prepare to watch a video that my prenatal yoga class posted on the internet. It's a positive birth video that I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch it eventually, but I still have so much fear around it because, you know, any scene of anybody giving birth on TV ever.
Yeah, but it's drama.
It's drama. It's so dramatized, and I think that's very harmful for, like, especially first-time birth. Because, like, that fear is instilled. Like, this is, like, rooted deeply in me.
Yeah.
And I am going to still have to do a lot of homework before I actually give birth, because hypnobirth is one way to deal with it. Hypnobirth is basically just, like, through positive affirmations and, like, you know, listening to, like, watching these positive videos and, like, unlearning what you thought you knew about birth, and, like, understanding that your body was made for this and built for this, and that you're strong. Yeah. To me, I need to adapt that and start to believe that, and that's a journey I'm on right now. This is my 3rd trimester. Not looking forward to it.
I think the way I think of it, at least, is that you're like the Avatar. All people kind of are in a certain way, where you've come from a long line of women who've given birth since the last 10,000 years. How long have people been roaming on the planet? There's some proto-Marquetta ancestor.
You know, some women just, like, squat in a crack and pull a baby out.
Yeah, so I'm not saying all that, but I am saying that in your DNA, successfully, this has been done 10,000 times. So I'm pretty sure you got it. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a whole line of women in this long line leading to another woman who's going to do it again. You got it. Like, you know, it's in there. It's programmed in you. It's like when, you know, your baby's in trouble and you lift a car up. You'd be surprised at what you can do when you have to do it. And I guess that's why my dumb ass is running a fucking marathon. It sounds so stupid when I say it out loud.
You can do it.
No, I feel like I'm lying to myself. I feel
I'll
like
do
I'm
the
drinking
next
my
one
own
with you.
Kool-Aid. The next one?
Yeah.
You remember, have you jumped off the highest cliff at cliff diving?
Oh, I'm sorry, did you want me to have a second baby or not?
No, I don't think so. When you jump off the highest one at cliff diving, you don't do it again. You do it once to say you did it. Supposed to run another marathon now? If I run 2 half marathons, I might as well run a marathon.
Run a marathon. High five.
I'm so big. I can't. I can do a 5K at least. Anyway, so that's all. I know mentally that it's an in your head game, and I hope that I'm helping. But I know you have a therapist, and you get the real professional help. I'm just here. Tell me what you need. I take you out back. I can plant you in the ground and then water you, and you watch you grow like a little flower. You just put your feet in the dirt. We get the hose out. We can do exercises where we pretend Ketty's a plant.
Yeah. So for a birthing partner, that is you.
Yeah.
I really like. So we discovered this video with stretches for couples.
Oh, with Hispanic Surge.
Hispanic Surge, and it was. We just like did the video, and then we just did it a few more times. It was pretty nice, and we stopped, and I would like to continue.
Okay. Well, we got to wrap up here soon, so we have to go to work. But we can do that later today.
Yes.
We do some couple other exercises too. I got a plan for.
Okay.
What?
Like what?
I can't say on the internet.
That's why I said okay.
No, it's the one that they had in the video, where the lady said I was supposed to put on gloves and do the thing.
Oh. Perineal stretches.
Yeah, see? You thought I was being a pervert, but the doctor told me to do it.
Week 34 onwards, so we still have 3 weeks.
You gotta start practicing now, though.
There's a lot of things still coming up that we will have to do. This is our first pregnancy. Everything is new for both of us. And, rating third trimester so far. It's better than the first for me. I will take any physical pain over mental anguish.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that.
And so I would say 3 out of 5 because I am in a lot of physical pain as the belly grows. She's like just gaining weight now, and so am I. So
Baby
here
shower?
we are. Sleeping sucks. I hate sleeping, which is really sad to say.
Well, don't worry, you're not gonna get any of it once we have a baby.
Once we have a baby, I'll pump. You'll feed.
I'll be up all night, but I'll fall asleep during my reactions.
You have 2 weeks to. You have. Listen, I need 2 weeks to sleep.
Okay.
You give me that, I'll be fine.
I like this trimester. We got the baby shower. There was some very stressful stuff, but I was actually really excited that we pulled through the stressfulness. I think we're going to be able to do it. I like that you're all big because it's going to make for good photos. We got some good pictures out of it. We got some more good pictures coming. This is very unique Ketty time. I enjoy. I don't know. I'm excited. My family's excited. Everybody's excited. I'm ready to do it now. It feels like, when you're on a road trip, and you're like in that last 2-hour stretch and it takes the longest and you're like, I'm just ready to be there. Yeah. I'm just ready to be there and start doing the stuff I'm supposed to do. And that's where I'm at right now, where I'm ready to start helping and doing my thing. I'm trying to do all of my quote unquote fun shit now while I got the chance. I know that once we have a kid, we can still do fun stuff, but there's going to be a big chunk of like readjusting and I'm not going to have the energy for it. I'm not going to want to. Like, I'll probably go out one more time. I'll probably do like a couple of other things and then be like, all right, well, now it's time to like maybe settle in for 2 months, at least get through the fall. And then when the winter comes back around, we'll be able to do stuff and take a little baby out, a little sled, we'll make little ice sculptures. We'll do all the things.
I feel like baby's gonna be very tiny still.
She'll love it.
She's gonna be like 4 months.
In Norway, they put the babies out in the cold.
Yeah, to sleep, not to build a snowman.
I said build ice sculptures, actually. I had a different plan.
That's even...
We have a very small chainsaw. The baby can use it.
All right. Give a chainsaw to a 4-month-old, see what happens.
So, I think this podcast series has been very fun. Yeah. But I'm ready to take it to the next level.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
For our next one, I think we can do a walking podcast. See, this camera managed to record this whole entire time. I just have to be able to hold the camera for an hour. What if I hold it for 30 minutes and you hold it for 30 minutes?
I'm holding a baby.
All right, well, maybe we'll do the next one in an interesting location since we've slimmed down our whole entire setup.
Yes, that would be nice. So next time we might have a different location. We'll have a different topic, obviously. Do let us know what you would like us to talk about next.
Yeah, if you got any questions, we'll answer them all. Comments.
We will keep you updated on the pregnancy as it progresses. Hopefully we'll have the next podcast ready sooner than this one. I know it's taken forever, but all the trips to the hospital have kind of put a wrench into our plans. And so did the other unfortunate events that we had to deal with in the last month. So,
and I was in the Dominican Republic.
And he was in the Dominican Republic, unlike me, who was here.
Oh, don't worry. I pooped my pants on an airplane to make up for the fact that you didn't come. So that was fun. I had food poisoning. I wasn't just doing it for fun. All right.
Baby moon? When?
Baby moon. We'll plan the we'll plan the baby moon and we'll figure that out. We're going up to the lake. We got all of August.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. This has been the Chris and Ketty experience. Maybe next time there's an intro and outro song, which you guys know how I feel about intro and outro songs. Just do a jingle. I got rim shot. I got ambulance. I got sad trombone. I got surprise. I got air horn. Here, I'll just click this.
You do a jingle.
Me do a jingle now?
No, I mean like for the next one.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like on the spot.
No.
Okay. Well, this has been the Chris Ketty experience. We'll see you guys at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.